Have you heard the story of the haunted century-old mansion? In Wuxi, China, a family moved to Southeast Asia at an early age and made a fortune there. Later, when they grew old and homesick, they returned to their hometown and bought a century-old mansion, also a Qing Dynasty-era historic residence from which several imperial scholars had emerged. After moving into the ancient mansion, the wealthy family hired many people, security guards, chefs, drivers, cleaners, and gardeners, thinking that having more people around would bring a sense of vitality, as living alone in such a large, secluded mansion could be rather unsettling. However, not long after moving in, something happened. The servants began spreading rumors that the garden was haunted. The wealthy man asked around, and they said that by the pond at midnight, someone was often seen sitting on the shore sighing. At first, they thought it was a thief hiding there, but when they saw him clearly under the moonlight, it was a person wearing a white robe, sitting by the shore and sighing. They quietly surrounded him, intending to catch him, but he suddenly jumped into the pond and disappeared. They waited by the pond for a long time but saw no one emerge. Realizing it was indeed haunted, the wealthy man asked several people, and they all described the same thing vividly: a person wearing a white robe who suddenly jumped into the water. The wealthy man found a Taoist priest to investigate. The priest walked around the area and asked, "Was there once a pavilion here?" The wealthy man thought for a moment and said there had been one, but it was dilapidated, so he had it demolished. The Taoist priest nodded and said, "If you restore the pavilion to its original state here, everything will be fine." The wealthy man asked him why. The Taoist priest smiled and said, "It's better if you don't know." The wealthy man then hired craftsmen from Shan to restore the pavilion to its original state. And indeed, the man in white robes never appeared again. The wealthy man asked the Shan craftsmen about the man in white robes. The craftsmen speculated that it might have been a fox spirit. It might not have been a fox specifically, but could have been any animal from the mountain that had gained supernatural powers. Though fox spirits were the most common, fox spirits like to imitate humans. After gaining supernatural powers, they enjoy transforming into human form and interacting with people. He probably used to drink and recite poetry with the people here. Later, the owner of the mansion died, unable to find his old friends. He came to the pavilion to mourn. Now that the pavilion is gone, of course he would sigh.